Hi everybody, Lynx here with my first ever painting tutorial. We're going to do quick and easy painting, the kind that I worked out after years of painting and having really terrible looking models, and then I discovered a secret. So I'm going to teach this secret to you guys so that beginners, people who have tried painting and are struggling with it, or people who just like playing the game but don't want to fork out money for commission painters, this is the video for you. So I'll teach you that, but before we get on with the tutorial, first things first, I'm going to show you some of my stuff, so I'm like not waffling on and going, well, you got to do all this, and you're like, well, I haven't seen any of your models, they could look shit. Well, this is pretty much gonna, I'll just show you, give you a brief slideshow of all the stuff that I do, from my first models, which are absolutely hilariously horrible, to my most recent model. And I think I'll do it in that order, to make it easy. Alrighty, let's go. Now back to the video. So today we're going to be painting a High Fleet Leviathan Tyrannid Termagant. This is one of the 2nd edition models, so it's in metal. And first we got to start with a base coat. Like this, with the power of editing. I prefer to use black for a base coat. You can easily use white, but it gets a different effect. Black works with this technique because you're using washed pretty much. That's the secret to finish off the model. And so black means that there's shading in the recesses. So we're starting off with the most prevalent color on the model, which is what you should do. For High Fleet Leviathan, the flesh tones of the Termagant are bone colored. So that's what I'm starting with. You don't have to be too accurate with your painting with this, just because it's a rough coat. The wash covers up everything in the end, so you don't have to be too careful, and you can paint kind of haphazard. The one thing I will say is thin out your paints with water, because if it's all clumpy, it's going to add too much texture and not the right kind of texture, that it's going to end up not working very well in the long run when you add the wash. So here we are finishing up with the bone colored. You can see we're just doing the touches. It's just a rough coat. You don't even have to be that accurate. You just need to be able to get the rough color and make sure that it coats the whole model and it's kind of semi-smooth. Now that it's done, we're going to do the next color. So you just keep doing this pattern of haphazardly painting color after color onto the model, and eventually you'll end up with the finished product. So as you can see here, we're going through purple, and any mistakes I made with the bone, well, it gets covered up when you use the other colors. Now this technique is something that I still use to this day. All those models I showed you in the slideshow, all those ones with the shading and the highlighting and stuff like that, I still use this base color and then wash coat as the foundation for all my painting. Every detail is just added on afterwards, after I've coated the thing in wash. So as you can see here, I'm painting the green. So you can see the model's colors slowly building up. Now silver, and we're doing all the little details, and make sure that all of those details are covered. So it looks like you've put a lot of work in, but you really have just used a cool technique. So this is the finished product before we add the wash. Here it is, the secret. Agrax Earthshade is the best for this, and make sure you shake it well. Now we have to coat this model, the whole thing. Don't leave any bit untouched by this brown liquid. That sounds disgusting, but it works a treat. Now, whenever you use wash, you need to shake it well, because if you don't, it'll leave a glossy coat. I almost ruined my Mortag Nefrata model by not shaking the wash well enough before I used it. Now that thing is massive and I had to redo the whole thing, wash and all, because I didn't shake it. So this is a cautionary tale, please shake your wash before you use it. Another thing to note is that I've only used 4 paints and a wash to produce a tabletop standard miniature within 5 minutes. So it's super easy for anybody to do. Whether you're an absolute beginner or have no artistic skill whatsoever, you too can have an absolutely beautifully painted army, and I hope I've shown you that through this tutorial. Alrighty, so now that it's completely coated, just go over so there's not too much in the recesses and just wait, and you'll end up with a pretty good result. As you can see, here's the finished product. It's not perfect, but it does look effective from a distance. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped out a lot. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.